A very good evening and a warm welcome to UBC News Tonight on this very first day of October 2025. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and my colleague in sign language interpretation, Yusuf Senyomo. We do want to say a happy new month. And now before we get into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at the top stories tonight.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
And in our top stories tonight, President Museveni campaigns in Lango, pledges improvement in education and infrastructure. FDC's Nandala Mafabi campaigns in Iganga, promises to remove middlemen in the sugarcane trade. Deputy CDF Lieutenant General Sam Okedin condemns killing in Serere, urges parents to protect their children. And Karamoja CSOs calls for more funding for health, education and accountability.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Good evening once again and welcome. Now in our top story this evening, the NRM presidential candidate, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has taken his campaigns to the Lango sub-region, addressing rallies in Amolata and Dokolo districts. By 10 a.m., Amolata Secondary School playground was already filled with enthusiastic NRM supporters eager to hear from their flag bearer.
We have already started on the Katine side, Katine Ochero. Now, there is also the road from Lira to Aloy to Apara to my area, but it does Otuke. Te wot ture Otuke. Ekate wot na hi Kormojo. But as we speak now, we are already working on the road from Gulu to somewhere along the along the Kobani chawa ni yoke ne tia me apura me ya boche te wot yo Gulu yo Bobi the place of Oito Jog. Yo Loro, yo me ya Loro, to Loro. Yeah. So that is on the roads. Monentia kobani monu teacher me NRM tiu keretia planning meti ya lubere kob me yo. Some of the roads have been done. Tiyo kena me dongo tia tichiye. Others will be done. Enu kenu danga tichiye. Then you have education. The schools, the health centers, the telephones. Everybody has got a telephone in the pocket now. The TV, the radios, government and private. All those are donglobo. There are things which benefit all of us. This is very good. But it is also dangerous for leaders who don't understand. Because some of the leaders speak about Donglobo. But they forget one very important word. And this is my point adek. This is Lonyo. Donglobo is ours. Your Mabel is ours. But at night, you don't sleep on the road. At night, you must go back to your house. And when you go back to your house, you find all the ichan you left in the morning still there. And the chan says, Apoyo Bino, we are still here. Children have no clothes, no in a bad house, no piped water, no electricity. So that's why the NRM says, please, don't Nino, and you just talk donglobo, and you forget Lonyo. Lonyo is yours. Donglobo is ours. Lonyo belongs to you as an individual, to the family, or a company. But Donglobo is ours. And this is where the problem has been. At independence, only 9% of the homesteads were in the money economy. The rest were doing teach, may each keken. And that's where the danger is. If you are doing only teach, may each keken, you may get food, you may get malukwang, but sente tie kwene. This is where the NRM says, please. So we are people. Me, I want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. And as a leader, I cannot stand here and tell people tarmac roads, what, and then I don't talk. I don't talk about the Lonyo. Because even if we do a tarmac road, it will be for the rich people to drive and enjoy themselves. The poor people, yes, they may find it easier to travel by public means. So here, when I checked 2013, I found that only 32% of the people in the homesteads were in the money economy in Uganda. 68% were still in teach, may each keken. That's how I started Operation Wealth Creation.
Operation Wealth Creation. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the NRM flag bearer there, addressing his supporters at Amolata Secondary School playground. Now, still in the Lango sub-region, the president held his second rally in Dokolo district, where he did use the occasion to highlight his government's achievements and also promised further investment in development and wealth creation initiatives. We have the details.
President Yoweri Museveni arrived in Dokolo district at exactly 4 p.m. for his second rally of the day in Lango sub-region. The gathering at Dokolo Technical School drew thousands of supporters eager to hear from the head of state and the NRM flag bearer. The president's address followed brief remarks by the NRM chairperson of Dokolo district, the regional vice chairperson and the speaker of parliament, Hanet Anita Mong. According to the government chief whip, Dennis Samson Obua, the short speeches were deliberate to meet the Electoral Commission's campaign timelines.
Lango sub-region does not have any other presidential candidate. We are determined that Lango will give Yoweri Museveni. Lango,
in his speech, Museveni emphasized 7 key pillars of his government, including peace, development, electricity, communication, education, health services, job creation, and wealth creation and security.
Because I remember when NRM came, electricity was stopping in Uganda. There was no electricity in Kitugum, in all those places, Obur and so on. Now there is electricity everywhere.
Museveni pledged continued support for wealth creation initiatives under the parish development model and other programs, promising more government funds to boost household incomes.
The PDM money is 2 years. We want you to plant, harvest, so that you have where to pay from. And the money will go back to your circle of the parish. So in the by end of 5 years, the ones who returned would have brought back 300 million.
He pointed out that electricity has now reached most districts, while communication has greatly improved from just 40,000 telephone lines to over 28 million phones nationwide.
I'm glad that the people of Lango and Teso have supported my idea of, instead of this cattle composition which was full of I said, why don't we have a formula? We have like 5 cows per family and we implement it over a number of years. I've got a report from Teso, they are supporting it. Two days ago I got from Lango through the Wanyachi and his group, they are supporting it, and Obua. I have therefore directed the government, the technical team, to plan how to implement it. We may not do it in 1 year, but more to more we shall get there. Which I talked about in Amorata.
We have a heritage site not far away from here in Kangai, where Omukama, Kabalega, and Kabaka Mwanga were arrested by the British. It's a great historical site. Government has just given us 15 billion. The development is at 45%. This is going to attract tourists from around the world. We have this tarmac road, we have electricity, and a promise to have it taken to all the sub-counties, and many more programs that Dokolo and the Lango sub-region, and indeed the entire country. So Dokolo people are ready to defend and protect the gains.
So we appreciate the peace which was maintained. The other issue which I think we need to appreciate is the starting of ensuring that what we lost during the time of rustlers, especially cattle, was recovered.
Because it's a matter of fact that he has worked well, he is more organized, the challenge is not much, and I believe he's still going to, people will still give him the votes, and I think they still have confidence in him, especially in the area of peace. That with him, we have peace. And you know, peace is the cornerstone of development. Without peace, we will not be talking of any other thing. So since he
It's going to bring people from outside to come and look for the vote.
UBC News Tonight. Now, the Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has promised sugarcane growers in Busoga that he is to eliminate middlemen so that the growers are able to benefit from the crop. While addressing residents of Nabitende during his presidential campaigns in Iganga district, Mafabi also promised to make sure that Iganga Hospital is upgraded to a referral status.
Forum for Democratic Change presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi embarked on the third day of his campaign trail in Jinja, traveling via the Jinja-Iganga road. Along the way, Mafabi stepped out of his open-roof vehicle to greet enthusiastic roadside supporters, raising the FDC party sign in a show of solidarity. In addition to his personal security vehicle, Mafabi was escorted by 2 police patrol cars from Iganga. However, as the convoy approached the junction leading to Kaliro Road, police officers attempted to interrupt his procession. This prompted Mafabi to make an impromptu stop along Kaliro Road, where he cautioned police officers against disrupting his campaign activities, emphasizing that all his movements are within the bounds of the law.
It has told me we come to this campaign in peace. We do not expect to be attacked by the police or the army as they attempted to attack us as we were entering Igamba this morning.
The FDC team proceeded through Kaliro, where a section of police allowed them to continue without further interference. Addressing a crowd during a rally in Namungare town, Mafabi highlighted the key pillars of the FDC manifesto, including a plan to inject wealth in communities by allocating 100 million Ugandan shillings per village annually. At a stop in Nawandala town, the FDC presidential candidate pledged to ensure that local council leaders are fairly compensated for their service. At another mini rally in Nabitende, Mafabi reiterated his commitment to eliminating middlemen from the sugarcane trade, ensuring fair pricing and better incomes for farmers.
Twenda sente dona de tutwalira abantu kuli okubadandaba diire gikole amalwaliro wano. Ere idwaliro lya ifale Iganga tulina okuli upgrading to referral hospital libene equipment dona abasawo bafune sente babene numba tukole libele first class hospital libele abantu fena tujao.
On his part, the FDC party president Patrick Oboya Muriat used the opportunity to rally support for Mafabi, stating that it is time for the Eastern region to produce a president for Uganda.
Closest candidate to the people of Busoga is that man standing before us today. I want to give you a secret, my dear friends.
If you cannot get to power yourself, get power through somebody who is closest to you.
The day concluded with a main rally in Iganga, where Mafabi, flanked by fellow FDC flag bearers, was warmly received by an energetic crowd.
The Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Barugahara, has warned parish chiefs against soliciting money from beneficiaries of government programs, particularly the parish development model. Balam, who was in Chikube district ahead of a youth mobilization rally in Changwali settlement, reminded leaders that government funds are meant to transform livelihoods and should not be diverted through corruption. He was accompanied by the State Minister for Public Service, Mary Mugasa Akiki.
The Minister of State for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Barugahara, has continued to put in action the presidential directive to evaluate and sensitize youths on government programs. He is currently in Bunyoro to tour a number of beneficiaries of the Youth Livelihood Program in different districts, accompanied by the State Minister for Public Service, Mary Mugasa. Balam encouraged the youth to be gatekeepers of the government funds that are sent to districts for the programs and also use the funds for its purpose.
People have been to earn $1 million, you pay 200,000, which is against the president's will. The president says whoever is standing or whoever is applying for government service should receive it free of charge.
Balam sounded a warning to parish chiefs and leaders of Chikube district that are misusing government funds meant for the youth and asking for bribes from the would-be beneficiaries.
Then I'm also informing the youth, if you borrowed money in 2014, 2015, there is no reason why you should not pay back that money to enable other young people borrow the same money. Because what the money they received under YLP, it is a revolving fund. Being a revolving fund, the fund should be paid back. And the president says whoever is participating in corruption, whoever has indiscipline of not paying what is meant to be paid, whoever is taking money from somebody to access it. So at the rally, I will direct the RDC and the DISO and the District Internal Security Organization to investigate those cases so that the people who did that are prosecuted, presented in court.
State Minister for Public Service, Mary Mugasa, appreciated the people of Chikube for embracing government programs and encouraging them to focus on impactful delivery. She promised continued government support, especially on mindset change.
The issue of the youth now is mindset change and sensitization, because they don't know basically probably how to use money, how to start businesses, and some of them of course get excited when they receive money.
Doctors at Mulago Hospital say they admit about 40 serious accident cases every day, most of them involving border riders. This was disclosed by Dr. Justine Okello, head of accident and emergency, warning that the cost of treatment often runs into millions of shillings, leaving many families struggling.
Against this backdrop, Stanbic Bank, Liberty Insurance and Safe Border have launched a new motor cover called Protectable Day.
About 40 cases of admission every day. Admission, I'm not talking about the minor injuries. When you talk about admission, it means the major issues. And of these about 40 admissions, probably about 30 of them are usually accident related. And to give a clear picture of what is happening, most of these patients are actually border related injuries.
The product is aimed at making insurance more affordable for motorists who cannot afford comprehensive policies.
It's a product, a unique product in the Ugandan market, and we believe it will make a real difference in the lives of Ugandan motorists. At Liberty, we believe that insurance is just not about policies and premium, but about protection, trust, and impact.
Insurance penetration in Uganda remains below 1%, meaning most Ugandans are still unprotected against financial shocks.
Motor comprehensive, it's found to be pricey. And the regulator is here, but we can testify that that is one of the most abused products. Insurers are trying to give as many benefits, are trying to discount, to showcase value why the client needs motor comprehensive. When it came to third party, again, there's a bit of ignorance. Most people think it's a tax. You know, it's for the policeman on the road. Those that kind of understand it, they say it's not sufficient.
Liberty Insurance reported that in the past 3 years alone, it has paid over 73 billion shillings in claims, a signal that insurance works when embraced.
This product will create impact that is required in our insurance industry so that we can increase penetration. A running call from our regulator that penetration is low at 0.87, and what we want to see is we want to use this product to increase our penetration in the industry.
A broader access to insurance could reduce the burden on hospitals and protect families from falling into poverty. So that Kaye, UBC News.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Wefunde simu ya kabode super empya olwonyumirwe GB 16 ez'obwerere osobola okutandika ng'osasulako emitwalo 4.5 olw'endala ozisasula mpolampola ng'ossaayo sente ezitasukka siringi 10 buli lunaku ate osobola n'okusasula buli wiiki oba buli mwezi nga tuli wamu vibe zaffe teziremesebwa enkola n'obukwakulizo bigobererwa. MTN erungamizibwa ekitongole kya Uganda Communications Commission.
Coffee Spirit, Simba G. Coffee Spirit, Simba G. Check under the cup. SMS the code. Wangure virabo. Tulaga manyi. Karukasita wabuza.
Masabu maji. Masabu maji.
Bikole Masavu near Premier Distilleries. Simply buy Coffee Spirit or Simba Gin. Check under the cap, send the code to 6688 and stand a chance to win border borders, tuk-tuks, cash, airtime, flat screens, mobile phones and a grand prize of 50 million Uganda shillings. This promotion is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Two nations, one destination. The Consulate General of Uganda in Mombasa presents the 4th Uganda-Kenya Coast Tourism Conference and Exhibition, a celebration of the intermarriage of tourism between Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, and Kenya, the Pride of Africa. Discover Uganda's adventure, from gorilla trekking and whitewater rafting to Kenya's rich wildlife and world-famous beaches. Delegates from Uganda will enjoy an exclusive fam trip to Kenyan coast from the 22nd to the 26th of October. Even tee off at the golf tournament at Vipingo Ridge on the 25th October, followed by the conference on the 27th to the 28th of October at Ocean Beach Resort and Spa in Malindi. Register today on our website www.thetourismconference.org. Join us and be part of the future where Uganda meets Kenya and Africa shines brighter.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for keeping it UBC Television. Now, in more news stories this evening, the Ministry of Education is embracing ICT to transform teaching and learning ahead of Teachers' Day. This was disclosed at a Digital Leadership Roundtable and Showcase in Kampala. We have the details.
Document cameras, HD document cameras.
The Digital Leadership Roundtable and Showcase in Kampala laid a bare vision where every classroom pulses with digital energy, where lessons are alive, teachers empowered, students connected.
Also have a component of mindset, which we call spatial intelligence or SQ, which we try to help improve the people. So today we have had the first 3 digital leadership session. We shall be having a yearly session like this one.
Showcase demonstrations included interactive lessons on tablets, digital content libraries, and online assessment tools that promise to replace the dust-covered exam sheets of old.
My name is Anna Perrin. I'm the CEO and founder of Digital Skills Factory. We do digital skilling, and really to kind of give you an idea on digital skills and in education is when you have a device. It is really nice to have a device, but if you don't have the skills to use it, your device is going to be a useless investment. So I'm taking the example of Rwanda, where in Rwanda we have been training over 100,000 people on digital literacy, but also on 21st century learning. And that 21st century learning is about transforming education, which is the vision of Uganda today.
Delegates confronted glaring gaps, including schools without stable electricity, teachers unfamiliar with digital tools, scant internet access in rural districts.
So my name is Rahim Habib. I'm from Smart Technologies. Smart is a Canadian company that has over 35 years of experience in education and education technology in particular. We are the inventors of the smartboard. The original smartboard was created in Canada, and our focus at Smart is really about how do we help educators connect with students? How do we help educators transform teaching and learning with a focus on improving learning outcomes? Now, learning outcomes can be considered various things, certainly test scores, but also outcomes can be considered the core skills that we instill in our students in terms of teamworking skills, collaboration skills, and participation skills.
Roadmap is piloting ICT in districts, training teachers intensively, mobilizing infrastructure resources nationwide.
People, they go in this administration, then things all of a sudden changes. So these people, they need to be updated all the time. Then too, administrators also need to be facilitated in one way or the other to see that they acquire new knowledge at all the time.
This Pre-Teachers Day showcase was the opening a campaign to rewire the national education system.
There are growing concerns among Ugandans that traditional organic seeds of crops like maize, cassava and sweet potatoes are phased out and replaced with improved varieties by researchers. Now, some argue that this shift could negatively affect food production. However, scientists cite that the improved seeds are pest-resistant, weather-tolerant and capable of boosting yields, among other benefits.
As Uganda joins the rest of the world to mark World Food Day on October 16th, the questions of food insecurity and malnutrition still remain.
Last year, while attending the Global Food Week engagements, a number of key issues arose, specifically food waste and food loss. World Food Day should not be seen as just a day where we talk about how we are producing food, but also what we are producing and how we are managing our food for equitable distribution.
Minister of Agriculture Frank Tumwebaze says Ugandans must work together to increase food production and improve storage as a means of strengthening food security.
So it's a call to look at the whole value chain of food management, and at each stage of the value chain we identify the bottlenecks for the farmer. through research. The research angle brings in a solution. For the transport, collaboration now with the other agencies, ministries of transport, local governments.
Concerns remain, however, that traditional organic seeds are being replaced with improved varieties, which some citizens fear could be harmful, though researchers cite otherwise.
Now what happens in real production? With the land races in most cases, they are disease prone. So when you grow improved seed in real production, what will happen? You will not be able to spray them with chemicals, while you will spray the land races in most cases with chemicals. So what is the distinction between organic food and non-organic food? What they call organic food is food that have been able to grow under natural conditions without any application of chemicals. And that are the improved seed. So to say that with the introduction of improved seed, we are compromising more on organic food is not necessarily true.
They come with new properties, new characteristics that perhaps are better than the ones existing. I'm sure you've heard about it long for, long something, maize this, maize that.
This year's World Food Day celebrations, to be hosted at Reptaba Research Institute in Fort Portal, will run under the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. Rebecca Nantongo for UBC News.
The president of the National Unity Platform, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who is currently in Eastern Uganda, has opened the party office in Kaliro Town Council and addressed 2 rallies at Bilumba Village in Kaliro District and Luka District, I beg your pardon. Kyagulanyi also held a meeting with his campaign team, emphasizing discipline, unity and respectful conduct during the campaign trail. Bilumba rally marked the beginning of NUP's first campaign activities in Kaliro District.
Ebigambo bw'owulira biwakanyuyu musambu bw'abanga azoganyaawo byabakamu oba gukyankalanya.
Government, through the Ministry of Health and other stakeholders, has been urged to intensify efforts in creating awareness about polio through sensitization and vaccinations if the disease is to be eradicated. The call was made by the Rotary Club of Konge Lukuli during a mass walk organized to commemorate Polio Awareness Month.
Although government has made strides in the fight against polio, Uganda continues to just a few cases, a challenge attributed to limited public information.
We want to do sensitization about polio eradication. We shall be celebrating on 24th October, we shall be celebrating World Polio Day. But we ought to have done it earlier, before than any other Rotary Club. So we wanted to work to fitness, but at the same time, also sensitize the community about polio.
This prompted the Rotary Club of Konge Lukuli to mobilize a mass walk to Hope Clinic Lukuli, aimed at sensitizing communities on the importance of immunization.
Programs come, they should embrace them. It's their commitment, it's their contribution that eventually bring the vaccine back to them. So they should always appreciate, because they will have known us and then we also know them.
I now want to encourage all parents, those that have just produced or delivered, to kindly endeavor to immunize our children with polio. Immunization is free. This was driven by Rotary International and all Rotarians in this country.
Rotarians also revealed that part of their efforts is geared towards raising funds to support international countries that still grapple with polio.
As we talk now, ladies and gentlemen, we only have polio in 2 countries. One is Pakistan, another one is Afghanistan. So we are now pushing to make sure that we eradicate polio from all those 2 countries so that we have a polio-free world.
And this money, polio money, is sent to Rotary International, to the Rotary Foundation. And this Rotary Foundation buys the vaccine that eventually goes to these areas that are still affected by polio, okay? Eventually, because the commitment is to eradicate polio.
The work concluded with the Visit to Hope Clinic, which the Rotary Club previously renovated at a cost of 21 million shillings.
We didn't reach our target, because our target as Lukuli Parish was 2,061, but we didn't manage to reach even halfway. But since you've come in, I believe we shall have a great improvement.
We need to go for this awareness. Let's storm one area. Tell them that this is what we do and this is what is available at Hope Clinic. We bring these services to you for you to use them. We aren't going to kill you, but we want to treat you.
This year's International World Polio Day, commemorated on every October 24th, will be under the theme, One Day, One Focus, Ending Polio. Rebecca Nantongo for UBC News.
Thank you, Rebecca Nantongo. The Ministry of Public Service is moving to streamline government operations with the Public Service Reform Model. During a validation exercise of the model, officials say the framework will guide reforms for the next 10 years, improving accountability, efficiency and citizen-centered service delivery. The Public Service Reform Model is part of the wider rationalization program of government agencies and public expenditure.
The proposed Public Service Reform Model lays out 6 objectives: placing citizens at the center of service delivery, promoting mindset change, reducing administrative costs, boosting transparency, and improving human resource development.
The current shift in the global socio-economic and political arena has led various developing countries to shift focus from centralized and corporate planning approaches towards more pragmatic approaches that are based on the principles of transformative leadership, efficient public institutions, increased accountability, improved performance management systems, and citizen-centric service delivery.
Of late, we've been having reforms in different government institutions duplicated. You find the same reform is being done by this government institution and another government institution. Yet if these reforms were coordinated at some point, you do not have government, spending resources on the same reform, but in a different what? In different institutions.
Drawing from case studies in Asia and Africa, the model prioritizes a homegrown approach tailored to Uganda's unique needs. At its core is the call for a national philosophy, a shared mindset and value system to guide public servants and citizens alike.
Homegrown and well contextualized, there is an African move of as much as possible following the principle of subsidiarity, using homegrown solutions. Including this model, it is not replicating any model elsewhere, but picking lessons from other countries and then reflecting on our own situation and what we think is best for the country.
The model will be aligned with the country's National Development Plan, unfolding in 3 phases. Proposed reforms include digitization of government services, policy coordination and human resource development.
Initially, it was supposed to be a 10-year model. Now the proposal was to align it with the National Development Plan. It became 15-year, meaning that it would be sequenced in 3 cycles, 25-30 until 2040.
Participants also voiced concerns over existing gaps, including low morale among civil servants and the lack of mentorship for junior staff, issues they believe must be addressed for successful implementation.
Where the sciences are being paid high and then the artists are being given a low salary, do you see that promoting unity in government, or it is instead promoting disunity?
We are now dealing with a public service that is highly demotivated because the people who take the decisions have decided to abuse their power. how will an assistant commissioner work expecting that, okay, my salary hasn't been enhanced, but at least I'm expecting this promotion? Then the person who is supposed to
UBC News tonight. The Health Service Commission of Uganda is transitioning to a digital recruitment system aimed at enhancing efficiency and transparency. This shift was highlighted during a workshop led by Deputy Chairperson Dr. Christine Kakuru, with participation from directors, records officers and commission members.
Electronic recruitment system is designed to streamline the hiring process by reducing paperwork, minimizing delays and ensuring equitable access to job opportunities.
We need to have the updates on the new system which is upcoming, the electronic recruitment system which is going to be geared and taken in place as taking up the old system we have been using of the paperwork, but now we are all to go digital. Why is digital important? It has been streamlined. It is easy to reach, it is easy to manage, it is transparent, it avoids maybe corruption, it is on time. So we are going to embrace electronic recruitment system. That's why we are here. Among other updates, the Health Service Commission is putting across our partners, to the people we work with, is e-recruitment.
Dr. Kakuru emphasized that the system's digital nature promises transparency and accountability, addressing previous challenges associated with annual recruitment methods.
Then again, we wanted to get the feedback from the recruitment of health workers, from the people we serve for the previous financial year of 2024-2025, and we pave a way forward to this current financial year of 2025, going forward 2026 financial year. So we are doing feedback, we are doing monitoring, we are here to evaluate our performance as Health Service Commission. Henceforward, where are we heading in terms of recruiting for the entire country across?
However, the transition to e-recruitment has not been without challenges.
We need to be proactive. We don't have to just sit back. We have the structures before us. The first thing we should be doing as HRs is to identify the HR issues embedded in any communication. I'm not limiting myself even to the structures. If there is any new development, any changes coming on board, the first thing is, what are the HR issues? And what is it that I'm supposed to do as HR to advise management in order to be able to do what? To address these issues.
Stakeholders have raised concerns about delays in document submissions and the need for timely, complete applications. To facilitate the adoption of the electronic recruitment system, the Health Service Commission has provided necessary equipment to 14 out of 16 regional referral hospitals, with plans to complete the rollout.
So among other challenges raised was about delays to respond to their submissions concerning recruitment. And we have responded, and we are continuing to respond to harmonize this by saying that the delays can't be fixed at one point or the other, but it is cutting across. And we have explained to these people that recruitment is a process and it is a system. So you have also echoed it by saying that it is also tagged to their side because it is a full system.
The Commission is also committed to continuous feedback and evaluation to refine the system and address any emerging challenges. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu, kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Welcome back, and now into business. The third session of the Uganda-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Economic, Scientific and Technical Cooperation is slated for the 7th and 8th of October in Kampala. The two-day high-level meeting will feature plenary and panel discussions, government business-to-business sessions and business exhibitions aimed at fostering relations and further cooperation between the two countries. Russia, the fourth largest economy in the world, has openly welcomed Uganda as a partner and accepted Ugandan products such as coffee and minerals, creating an opportunity for Uganda to tap into the Russian economy.
It is true that what Uganda imports from Russia is far more than what Uganda exports to Russia right now. But there are three factors that lead to this. First of all, we've had the problem of the Russians not knowing what Uganda can supply. I want to give the example of coffee. Russia is one of the biggest consumers of coffee globally. But the coffee they consume in Russia is mainly imported from Brazil, from Costa Rica, from Vietnam. But no matter what green beans are imported from those countries, the Russian coffee roasters will go to Italy and Germany and buy Ugandan coffee, which they include in the Brazilian coffee, the Costa Rican coffee, the coffee from Ethiopia, to change their aroma, because the Ugandan coffee is known to be the best coffee globally.
We anticipate discussions on practical issues of our interaction. The Russian side will table the proposals for development of specific projects. For instance, we will bring to discussion the project of supplying stock and track machinery for the planned construction in the Republic of Uganda, the standard gauge railway. There is interest of Russian companies to establish in the Republic of Uganda an electric cable producing plant, as well as to organize, on the basis of its facilities in the Russian Federation, professional training courses for Ugandan citizens. The program will provide the basic knowledge of the Russian language, legislation, and history of the Russian Federation.
Tonight, more of your questions concerning trade and taxes are being answered in Buza Commissioner this evening.
Buza Commissioner. Welcome once again, our dear listeners, to this week's program of Buza Commissioner. I send you warm greetings from Uganda Revenue Authority. And the first question is from a gentleman called Ime, a landlord in Soloti. And Ime's question, it goes like this. My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? Ime, thank you for this question. Now, in our previous engagements, we have extensively discussed the computation of these taxes. So today, I'm going to be brief and talk about what each tax head covers. Now, rental tax is a form of income tax that is charged from rental income. So if your income is rental, you will pay rental tax. And on top of that, you cannot pay income tax again. But if you have another business that gives you income, you will pay business income tax, not rental tax. So, Ime, I would like to imagine that either you have premises where you use some of the premises to run your business, and therefore on your business, not the space you're occupying, but the business you run, whether it is a shop or what, you are paying business income tax. But then the other part of the premises, maybe the building, if it's a commercial property, has several rooms. The other rooms of the business property,
State Minister,
you use them out to rent them out, and you earn rental income. That is the only way you will find yourself paying income tax for your business and rental tax for your rental income. Should that not be the case, then you have a right, and I advise you to approach our Soroti office where you're located and ask them to deregister you for one of the taxes. Sometimes we make errors during the registration process. You may have ticked a box for rental income, ticked a box for business income, and therefore every period our people expect to receive those two taxes because they are very distinct. Business income tax is for your business, rental income tax is for your rental income. So as long as you do not earn those two incomes, you should only be paying one tax. If you're a property owner and all you get is rental income, please be registered for only rental income tax and pay that. But if you have a business and you also have rental properties, then it makes sense for you to pay both. It is not double taxation, it is taxation for different income. Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
To our sports news tonight, the latest inspection of Hoima City Stadium has confirmed that the construction is at 95% completion, with the state-of-the-art facility nearing handover next month. The project, undertaken by Turkish contractors Suma, officially broke ground on the 1st of September 2024, meaning work has been achieved in just 13 months out of the projected 18 months.
State Minister for Sports Peter Gwang says the 20,000-seater Hoima City Stadium now boasts a presidential lounge, public and VIP cafeterias, a first-class media tribune, a press conference room and several modern amenities.
But what I want to confirm is that the facility is 95% complete. We are ready. Even if it is 30th of this month, I would say we can be able to commission it, but depending on the program of the head of state, like you have correctly said, the president has already come up with a program for his campaigns. The only available time when he's going to be in this part of the country is around December. So we will see with this program versus the national duty as being a head of state versus also being a presidential candidate for my party. We will determine. But the truth is the contractor wants to hand over the facility. For him, he has done his work, so he feels he needs to get out of here.
Also nearing completion is a 2,000-seater mini arena set to host indoor sports like basketball, volleyball, badminton and table tennis. For now, access to the facility has been restricted as contractors put final touches after it had turned into a popular tourist attraction.
I've gotten a complaint from the contractor that there are many people are flocking to have a visit and to look at what is going on in the stadium based on the nature of the way the works has been done. First, these are all well-meaning intended Ugandans who are happy with what we have done here. But I want to beg and plead with them that the contractors asked me that they have now reached a level where they need to start to do the more details in terms of the finishing of the works.
The stadium will be the first in Uganda fully ready for the AFCON 2027, shifting attention next to hotels and road infrastructure in Hoima City.
On the roads, it's true, the president did direct the Prime Minister, as you know, is the leader of government business, to coordinate all interministerial activities within here to ensure that all those other services which work to support the stadium are all done. For instance, the roads, it is true, the Minister of Works is meant to undertake the road works here. I earlier on alluded that my main view is that there's a road here, which in my considered opinion I needed to be part of the stadium works. Then the other subsequent roads can be able to follow. So I've shared 1 or 2 meetings to coordinate the team of hoteliers which are based here in Hoima, and also trying to see what support government can give them for purpose of ensuring that they meet the CAF standards. It is true, I have also asked the Federation of Uganda Football Association to formally invite CAF to come and carry out stadium inspection to see whether it's aligned, though it is part of the conditions of the facility that they must harness a stadium which is fully certified by FIFA and CAF. But it is also important that CAF comes in and moves to check whether everything is in order before we go for the handover.
Other facilities earmarked for the continental showpiece include Akibwa Stadium and Mandela National Stadium, Nambole.
The stage is set at Lugogo Indoor Stadium as Uganda hosts the 2025 Uganda International Series running from October 2nd to 5th. A total of 112 badminton players from 14 countries are expected to light up the court, with Uganda presenting its biggest contingent yet, 59 players, after a promising outing that saw the country bag 7 bronze medals in the recent Kampala International Future Series.
And this week we are preparing for the Uganda International Badminton International Series 2025. Last week we played the Kampala International Future Series, and it helped us shape for this one. So we are hoping for better performance, more than the 7 medals we got as a team. So we are hoping for much more better performance this week because we've been in competition the whole week. We've been playing back-to-back tournaments. I think it's now 1 month of full badminton competition, and this helps us to keep fit as we prepare for the 2028 Olympic Games. We are keeping in competition, and by the end of this year, I believe we shall be fit enough to start off the next season as early as possible.
Last week I played Kampala International Future Series. It was for 15 points. I won my first match. And then my second match, which was pre-quarters, I lost to Camilla Borst, Germany player. I could have played better, but then because the scores were very small, like 15-15, it was very tough for me to think. So when I kept losing points, it was very tough to get a comeback. but it's fine because I got a 1 week break to Uganda International. I've been preparing. I feel like I'm fitter than the other tournaments, so Uganda should go much better in my opinion.
Reached round of 16, but I lost. I didn't play that well, but for me it's fine. I didn't still cope with the pressure, with anything, but in the training I will try to cope with everything, though I can perform much better in Uganda International Series. So my goal is to reach the main draw in Uganda International Series, and for me, playing 2 tournaments after Worlds, it's good. Like, we can collect a lot of points that help us to higher our ranks internationally.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company this evening. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and my colleague Yusuf Senyomo. We do wish you a good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss